From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, police will have an increased presence in Auckland's Mount Wellington after a man was fatally stabbed yesterday. 2 people were arrested after police responded to an altercation on Taumuri Place just before 1:30. When police arrived, they found a man with critical injuries who later died. An historian says Kingi Tuheitia revived the Kingatanga movement and got many on board who previously weren't. Tuheitia died on Friday while recovering from heart surgery, aged 69. A UT professor of history Paul Moon says Tuheitia has been a unifying force among Māoridom. He says the Kingatanga movement has not always been so highly regarded.
There were periods, particularly in the early 20th century, when it was regarded as a spent force. It was something from the colonial period that was just struggling to hang on.
An international relations expert says the Prime Minister's trip to Asia will be an important one. Chris Luxon is taking off for trips to Malaysia, then South Korea this morning. Democracy Project geopolitical analyst Geoffrey Miller says the South Korea trip could result in a major agreement.
New Zealand signed an intelligence sharing agreement with Japan earlier in the year. Maybe we will see something similar with South Korea, some kind of defence-related agreement.
US Vice President Kamala Harris has called on her Republican rival Donald Trump to debate her with their microphones switched on throughout the event. The Democratic nominee in the November presidential election and the former president both agreed to a debate hosted by ABC News on September 10. Harris took to social media saying Trump's surrendering to his advisors who won't allow him to debate with a live microphone. She added if his own team doesn't have confidence in him, the American people definitely can't. And that's news. I'm Donna Marie Lever. To sport, good but not good enough. That's the assessment from All Blacks skipper Scott Barrett after their 31-27 defeat to South Africa in Johannesburg. The visitors gave up a 10-point lead with just over 10 minutes remaining. The Springboks scoring 2 late tries after replacement prop Ofa Tuangafasi was yellow-carded following repeated team infringements. Barrett has offered this assessment on Sky Sport.
Well done to the Springboks, certainly show the class team that they are. We weren't quite good enough and, we were good for 62 minutes and it's an 80-minute game.
A fitting farewell for Warriors star Shaun Johnson. The retiring halfback has produced the Midas touch with his last play in the NRL to help the Warriors snatch a 30-28 comeback win over the Sharks in Cronulla. And Team New Zealand have made a successful yet very short-lived return to the America's Cup Challenger Series in Barcelona. And that's sport.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.